Hello, Crossville, it's Sharon. I'm doing the blogging about fraud and corruption going on in reference to Crossville. And right now, we've got a moment of transparency that can happen. Peter Souza, a councilman, and also Mayor Mayberry, what they want to do is they want to create an audit to audit the airport. They want to audit Chris Bennett's contract. It's nothing against Chris Bennett. What it is a question of transparency. How could we give a guy $79,000 a year to basically manage himself? Because he's the contractor, he hires himself to be the contractor to handle the airport, and about another $500,000 is spent to manage for the airport. Now, Chris, that does include 2 part-time employees of Chris and a little bit of things, but see, Chris keeps submitting receipts, so it looks as if it's a pretty sweetheart deal. I mean, the average income is like about $45,000-$50,000 in Crossville, and Chris is probably making what, $300,000-$400,000. Could that be true? I don't know. I do know one thing: something's fishy in Crossville, and I think an audit will prove. Is corruption happening? I think the answer will be yes. And I'm sitting here with Central Storage looking at stuff of Butch Smith with federal, state grants. I mean, we're going to bring down these good old boys. The question is, which one? Oops, did I tell you? Danny Page. I just got a great little tidbit. But I'm only alleging that Danny Page is involved in something a little off. It goes back to the 80s. I think the 80s is an era they don't like to talk about in Crossville. The 80s is an era that I think a sheriff said he was going to be offered $100,000 if he let some drugs land in Crossville. My uncle was in charge of the airport commission for Reagan and Bush. His name was Bill Frisbee. He was also the chief pilot of Pan Am. My uncle allowed drugs to come in to America, and he called airports, and he made sure that they landed safely. Now, you know what? When drugs have to come into Crossville, I think it's the TVI that makes sure they come in safely. And they all come into an airport without a tower. An airport controlled by TDOT. Ooh, this looks like a conspiracy drug story from the 80s. Well, all that stuff's getting declassified. I got friends in Hollywood that are pitching their books. So we're going to deal with Danny Page and all that CIA drug crap later. And today, what we're going to work on is the corruption as far as the airport management. How could a guy get a contract to manage himself? That's it. That's what we're dealing with today. And then next week, we're going to look over at Butch Smith and these warehouses that were funded with taxpayer money. And if any of that was federal, ooh, federal time, 85% served. And you know what? I'm going to insist on justice because America deserves respect. The taxpayers do respect. And good old boys, game on. I just got the green light to get you. It's going to be fun. Oh yeah, have a great night. And God bless America.